Yeah, but this is disturbing girl pulls the crocodile tears when Andrew confronts her. Of course, the crocodile tears are supposed to work.
On Twitter, like I've seen a lot of stuff about findom. So like,
what is that?
Findom is, I don't know specific terms and all that, but
she's just saying we don't kink shame around here.
Yeah,
that's like
exactly.
her.
I was like, some people are into that stuff, so I just try to like respectfully listen. I haven't really thought that people are like mentally ill.
Yeah, but if it was a man,
well, you're saying all men submissive people are mentally
he would be
ill.
a monster.
That's basically what you're saying is all people that want to actually be, because there's people that pay people to be made. There's
pigs,
people that enjoy that. Like there's people that dress up in fucking sex outfits and clean your house and live there permanently.
Yeah, they're mentally unwell. They're mentally unwell.
Yep, they're mentally unwell. You got to call them out. You got to call them out. This is like 10 minutes. You absolutely have to call the mentally ill people out. Again, their kinks, like the only person who should, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. The only people who should ever know what my preferences are is my wife. That's simple. That's simple. I hate all these people are so public about that stuff. It's so weird. It's like we took a turn in society and now everyone's like, oh, I'm this. Oh, do you do this? And then it's some weird sexual thing. And then they make you feel shame for looking at them weird, which honestly, I wouldn't feel shame. I don't have that capability. Well, except to my wife, but she makes me feel shame all the time. But that's her job. That is her job. Men keeping. Remember, men keeping.
Listen, you can't tell me that a guy who demands that you take his last dime so that he can come harder is not a mentally unwell man. Of course they're mentally unwell, and it's exploiting that mental unwellness. And it's like, somehow, I don't understand why women give each other a pass on this. Why they're not like, you sick psychopath, why are you doing this horrible thing to this guy? I don't actually get it.
I guess I can explain that. Some women, when we're like doing this shit, we get like kind of, I don't know, our brain, when society is like, oh, that's okay, then we start doing, we get used to doing that stuff. It's not, anybody doesn't tell us it's wrong. We're not going to break that pattern of being like, oh, that doesn't sound right. No, you know, because we kind of get like into this, like just as all of society, we're kind of brainwashed into shit, and we were kind of like, don't think that's brainwashing.
Yeah, but did he ask for this or did you propose the idea?
He asked for the dog bed. He's asked for this stuff. Like,
Did he like sit you down and have a conversation with you?
Actually, yeah, kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
And do you ever see this ending? Is there an end point in the future?
Yeah, I haven't thought about that. But
but
I mean, if I met somebody that I actually enjoyed spending time with, that actually like wasn't like wanted to do the equal part, like have a car and they had a good job, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, I found someone that I actually appreciate. Like they want to put half of the weight.
So she's gonna kick the dog boy out to the curb. As soon as she finds someone better, she's going to kick the dog boy out.
Into the relationship, I probably would be like, this is not going to work out.
It seems like from everything that you've said about relationships that like relationships to you are just like a financial situation where like if we want to go 50-50, provide for him, he provides for me. But like in my opinion, there's so much more, like especially when it comes to long-term monogamy and having a child already. If her dad's not in her life, having a strong person to help. I know being a single mom, it's impossible to do everything. That's amazing that your sister helped out. But even being able to spend enough quality time with your child while also trying to bring income in. I'm only 24. I don't have a daughter, but I do have friends who have children, and they have husbands who are very helpful, and I can't imagine them doing half the things they do.
To have a good man. So yeah.
Has this started from when you were young? Have you always gone after?
See? Oh, I don't know what it's like to have a man around. Yeah, exactly. The thing was destroyed when the family, the nuclear family was destroyed. When divorce became commonplace, where people just randomly sleeping around became commonplace, the whole thing is absolutely disgusting, should have never happened, but the death of the Western culture is something that is wanted by some people, so this kind of brain rot is pushed. Absolutely. Sure that it's that leans down into conspiracy theories, but at the same time, conspiracy theories are just truths that haven't been found or haven't been revealed to the public yet. That's the avenue I'm going to start going down.
Abusive men, or at least men who just weren't high value, up to the standard, really wanted you for everything that you are and not just the financial aspect?
Yeah, it's been an issue with starting with my narcissistic mother to like the men she dated. Yeah.
So do you see that you're repeating that pattern for your daughter now, when you can break the cycle instead and choose better?
On stream.
I've started to notice it more recently, and it's been very difficult to break something that's psychologically ingrained into me. I need like that's not an overnight healing.
So you need
can
therapy.
Do overnight. That is a lot of work to put in.
The funny thing is like therapists are like completely like it takes a brain broken person to be a therapist for brain broken people. It seems crazy. It seems absolutely crazy, but that's the case. Like every single therapist I have known, except for one, I had one that I met that was actually decent, but there was another one that I met that was absolutely terrible. And then my father has, like, for because his shoulder went out by a forklift because it came down on him because someone was playing around on a forklift, and he had to see a therapist, 2 different therapists, in order to get his treatment, and they were absolutely crazy. My mother, since she was in law enforcement, they have like mandatory therapists that work there for those people who see things that are dark. Like police officers, they see like the worst of the worst. And that therapist was absolutely crazy. And you see a trend. You start to see a trend where the people who are therapists are just completely mentally broken. YouTube seems to recommend me bully dominant girlfriend or something ASMR to me. What does this mean? It means it's in your watch history. If you want to not get recommended that stuff, delete your watch history and start from scratch. It's only pushing you things that you have history of seeing. Like me, I get a bunch of this kind of brain rot kind of content. I get a bunch of like information, like I get Sandman videos pushed to me. I get open letter videos pushed to me. I get like a bunch of Indian content creators pushed to me now because that's what I watch. And like when it's like Western, it's normally like brain rotted morons or like police capturing videos. Yeah. I don't blame women for hating men. Now, honestly, what men didn't do them throughout the history is did to them throughout history is horrible, and still doing it satirically. Still, we shouldn't let gender divide us now. Honestly, yeah, well, the history divide and the fact that men were allowed to have their mistresses on the side and all that stuff. I mean, I've always been of like a monogamous mindset. It's how I was raised. It's how I've seen my parents grow up, my grandparents grow up, my great-grandparents grow up. It's just the nuclear family through and through. And it's just how I've seen the world. My mother has her job, my father has his job, and they just balance it out. They balance it out and work with each other in order to mess me and my brothers up their own special way. And that's always what I've said. It's like when I plan on having kids with my wife, I've always said that I'm going to screw them up in my own special way, because no matter what, you can never perfectly raise a child. All you can do is try to guide them as best you can and educate them as best you can, but they have to be able to grow and develop themselves. But you also want to allow them to grow.
Well, is your daughter not worth putting in the work for?
Well, yeah, she is.
So then why not start tomorrow? Kick him out of your house. You don't have to find a new man, but you can put all that energy into your child, and you can heal and attract somebody who wants you for who you are, not just any financial benefits that you can offer, not for a dog bed.
First one you saw was from a Filipino creator. Last night you saw a Canadian one. The Filipino one was better. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Those ASMR, nonsensical kind of stuff. Yeah. Filipino one was better.
Genuinely who you are as a human being.
You know, I actually, the last week we've started fighting about stupid shit, and I was like, you know, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've been doing it for a while, and it's not enjoyable like it was when we were first like connected. It was just a past relationship, and I'm dragging that along with me because I'm scared of like
Thank you.
fully embracing being in the future and not in the past. And I think that's just trauma, just holding me back from being happy.
The best advice I ever got.
No,
is,
you're not a victim here.
You gotta let
You're not
go.
a victim
Well, yeah,
here. You're
I
the victimizer here. You're the victimizer, not.
Yeah, it's funny how she's trying to turn it out to be the victim. She's the absolute victim in the scenario. But in the end, it's just like you're keeping yourself in that situation. Be free, kick him out, or keep him around and yeah.
The victim. Like every time I see this pattern of when a woman is clearly victimizing a man, clearly victimizing him. Like, well, it's okay. Don't give me too much pushback because after all, I have former trauma. It's like, that's no excuse. I'm sorry. You don't get to do horrible things to people because horrible things were done to you. All of us have had horrible things done.
Yep. There's no justification there. Yes, this was recommended to me by my wife. There is no justification there. Absolutely none. Just because I had a bad childhood, just because my father wasn't around, I can belittle some random person who is obviously simping after me. It's just like, no, there's no justification. Just because you were treated badly doesn't give you the right to treat other people badly. It doesn't. Just because I had a terrible childhood growing up, I still had loving parents. I still had great brothers. Sure, they didn't understand what I was going through, but it doesn't allow me to constantly belittle them and try to get them, oh no, this was my life. This was my life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm an adult. I get to choose for myself what I do for my life. That's the thing. It's like a lot of people don't seem to do that. You haven't seen a single vid by, oh, I have. I recognize that name.
It was all of us. No, you're no exception, right? Everybody's had horrible things done to them in life,
Yeah, but also
and
people
have
have
dealt
also
with
done horrible
horrible
things to
challenges in
other
life.
people. It's not-
Everybody has dealt with horrible challenges,
Yeah.
right? What you're doing right now, right? You should be reflective because this is psychotic. It's psychotic and horrific, and you just got to stop, right? You just got to stop doing it. it's horrific.
Yeah, but I would say like no one's perfect. We can all learn from everything, and you know.
Oh yeah. That's fine. Just go shoot a guy down the road and be like, well, no one's perfect. You got to live and learn.
I mean, have you're a
sometimes.
perfect person.
What
You haven't done
do you
something.
mean? I wasn't allowed to go shoot that? It's like, come on.
Yeah, but you haven't made
That's ridiculous.
mistakes. You haven't made mistakes. You're perfect. Like you haven't had trauma affect your life. Like you're.
I just got done telling you that not only have I dealt with all sorts of personal baggage, trauma, all sorts of things, right? Just like
Yeah.
everybody else has. That is not an excuse for me to be a horrible person.
But you learn from it. And
I don't get a pass. Like, no one's ever going to be like, well, Andrew, you being a horrible bastard, I'm going to go ahead and give you the pass on that because of past trauma. But for some reason, reflexively, women go, because horrible thing done to me. I was a perfect angel until some man corrupted me. So therefore, doing horrible things to other people is acceptable. It's not acceptable.
I was traumatized when Azin was spitting my cup. I'm not spitting in anybody else's cup this time.
I mean, I think I actually just saw you put something in my cup.
You wish.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Rachel, for the super chat, by the way.
It was
Thank you.
collagen.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we have a chat here from Lucas. Can you read it, Deborah?
Yes. We missed that, to go back to that one from before, whenever. Nice PB Herman
That's right,
response.
thank you.
It's patently obvious that you're quite the highbrow intellect. Nevertheless, I've been married 22 years plus 2 kids. Oh, and by the way, my billing rate is $12.50 an hour, so do the math.
Wait, are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying because you did horrible fucking things to a person and you finally realize that you're doing horrible?
I didn't even notice. When did she start? Oh my gosh, she
Yeah,
started.
by the way.
It was
Thank you.
collagen.
Oh, there you go.
She,
There you go.
oh,
Okay, we
she's
have a chat here
working
from
to
Lucas.
force it.
Can you read it,
She's
Deborah?
working
Yes,
to
I also
force
missed
it.
that, to go back to that one from before, whenever. Nice PB Herman
That's right,
response.
thank you.
It's patently obvious that you're quite the highbrow intellect. Nevertheless, I've been married 22 years plus 2 kids. Oh, and by the way, my billing rate is $12.50 an hour, so do the math.
Wait, are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying because you did horrible fucking things?
Don't comfort her. Don't comfort her. These people who do heinous things shouldn't be given a pat on the back. Shouldn't be given a pat on the back.
To a person and you finally realize that you're doing horrible things to a person?
No, I just.
You need
I,
to
like,
you need to cry. It's
yeah,
good for you to cry. That's
people
that's
fuck
called
up.
taking
It's not
responsibility.
like I get that, but you gotta understand like people aren't fucking perfect. People make mistakes, and we can learn from that. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm a fucking human being just because I didn't recognize something. I can change and I can grow.
Oh,
from
boo-hoo. Oh, you did a horrible thing to a person, and it was pointed out that you need to stop being
Well, no one
horrible.
fucking
So now
told
you
me
cry.
I was
No,
doing
take
a
some
fucking horrible
accountability.
thing to
Take
somebody.
some accountability for the horrible fucking things that you're doing, and you should cry about it because it's fucking awful. It's awful.
that. So you never treated a girl like shit before?
No, I've never made a woman sleep on the ground like a dog and took her from walks and exploited her mental illness. It's psychotic.
And you know what? He doesn't. I don't even know if he has a fucking mental illness. So that's the.
It's a mental illness. It's a mental illness. It absolutely is. It just you're leaning. Okay, what's there's so many words that just pop out. Like I know their words. I've used them before, and then they pop out of my head. Where someone is basically feeding into the problem. They help enabling. Yeah, where people enable illnesses, enable problems because it's just they can't rationalize doing anything else because they think they're doing something good. No, eventually you have to step back. You have to look at thing as a whole and try to figure out what is right, what is wrong. Like of course, my wife enables me. She absolutely enables me. She's incredibly loving and she can never say no to me. I'm always right because she's absolutely loved me. Yeah, that's. I love you, but yeah, but yeah. I mean, yeah. Do I have another wife? No, just you. But yeah, it's the thing. It's just like you are doing something, enabling someone who obviously has a problem, and instead of being a good partner and having them seek help, like me and my wife have conversations when things come up. It's just like, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? And we'll talk things through. We'll try to figure out the best line. Her with her emotional defense, me with my, well, I try to be logical, but most of the time she wins the argument. even for some reason, I come at it very logically. I seem to lose most arguments. Even though I'm right. I lose most arguments. I'm just coming to realize that. But again, happy marriage, happy wife, happy life. But yeah, I mean, if you're doing something that causes someone to have more problems and go down a rabbit hole of insanity, you are a bad person.
Fucking assumption.
He sleeps on the floor like a dog of his own request.
He wanted to. I didn't ask him to fucking do that. He wanted to do that. That was his choice. I told him he could sleep on the effing bed. He wanted to sleep on the floor.
The guy comes over and wants to cut off his arm. Are you going to be like, well, it was his choice?
I told him he could sleep on the bed. He chose to sleep on the floor. How is that my fucking fault?
Because you have agency and
I'm pretty sure he's just a simp who's trying to do whatever he can to be with her. And he wants to be a loyal dog in order to be with her.
accountability.
So does he. As an adult, he can choose to sleep on the floor. He can choose to sleep on the bed. That doesn't make me a horrible fucking person.
You have a duty, an accountable duty, because you are mentally well.
So if he wants to sleep on the floor, I should say, hey, get up on the bed.
Wait, guys,
get up on the bed. Get up on the bed. Because that is not fair to me to tell a person how they should be living their life. If he wants to live on the floor, he can live on the floor. If he wants to live on the bed, he can get up on the bed and sleep on the bed. I gave him that option.
But if you didn't play the part of like him being your pet, would he still do that? If you just treat him like a normal human being instead of a dog?
I mean, I don't
Because
go
if
there.
that's what he wants, then maybe if you just stopped doing that, he wouldn't find use with you of that anymore.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just told him he could sleep on the bed. I never said, hey, you can do this or you want this. He chose to sleep on the floor. That was his.
Yeah, well, look how quick those fake tears dried up.
Oh, cool, bro.
And they're coming back. They're coming back. You should do a vid how you guys met, story time vid. You know, I was thinking that a while ago of like probably doing a weekly video where me and her just talk about like personal experiences. Like I made the I talked about it before where my mother gave me and my wife a book on like relationships. It was a Christian book, of course. And it's like every day there's a saying or something about how you should live your life, how you should commit to your spouse. And me and her actually got a laugh out of it because it's like we had those conversations in the first month, basically. Like in the first week, we had all the important conversations, even before I knew she was a woman. But it was just like we went through all that. And then finally, we're like, I was thinking maybe we could do that. Maybe we could like do like a segment every day where we read a page and we just talk about it. We just talk about it in our personal experience and everything. I think that would be funny.
Someone asked a question earlier. We didn't get back to it.
I like that you invalidate the fact that someone actually has emotion because you think that I'm some psycho. But yeah, you actually think you're some god, right? Like you think you're the best dog.
I don't think I'm a god. But here's the thing, right? It's like, it's not godly. It's not me thinking I'm a god.
Wait,
Tell you to stop being a fucking horrific human being and putting a man on the floor, putting him on the floor, treating him.
I didn't put him on the effing floor, and I made that very clear. I gave the option to sleep on the bed. I gave him that option. I didn't say, hey, go sleep on the floor. I didn't tell him to sleep on the floor. He has the option to sleep on the bed. He chose to do that. So he has every right to do that, or he has every right to sleep on the bed. He has a 30-year-old man. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I gave him the option to bed.
You have no responsibility, no accountability, no duty whatsoever.
What, do you want me to grab him by his arms and put him on my effing bed?
No,
like, I'm not controlling what he does.
Can you get him some help?
I don't know how. I'm not in control of a fucking 30-year-old.
You don't have to be in control.
He can go to anything to get the resources.
If you're in charge to the point where you can treat him like a coat rack and hang your jacket on him, you think you can't take him? You think if you say, hey, boy, come on and get in the car because I'm going to take you over to the clinic so that they can get you mentally evaluated, he's not going to go with you?
I think it was right to bring Bolty up. I brought Bolt up to see the in frame because normally it's Shadow, the kitty that I pick up because he's crawling everywhere. But I got Bolt, and now it's just like, oh, okay, now they're talking about it. What are these ladies saying and doing? Well, this lady here treats her boyfriend like a dog. Literally sleeps in the dog bed, takes them for walks, all that kind of stuff. And she's now realizing that he has a mental illness. She is now realizing.
You just don't have any duty here? You have
No, I mean, I've taken him to get an Obama phone. He got an Obama phone. I've taken him to get food stamps. I've put in the time to actually take care of this person and make sure they're trying to get steps towards going somewhere else.
Because you get off on torturing him.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't make him stand as a coat rack and hang your coats. So
I
that
don't
you and your friends
necessarily
can laugh.
offers to take people's coats. Like, he offers to actually help out.
I mean, the story kind of changes by the second so that you can make it sound like it's less horrible than what it is. You have a duty. You have a responsibility. You're crying because it's the first time anybody's ever told you that. How did you get through life? How did you get this far in life without somebody telling you that you're not allowed to do that to people?
Because maybe you're making it seem bad, worse than it actually is.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe you're making it try to seem like it's not as bad as it actually is, because that's another form of validation. Look at me.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Okay, well, we have going to...
Oh my gosh, that's just insane. Why is she human? She's not human. She's not. She treats humans as inferior, like a dog, like an absolute dog. It's just, oh my gosh. And then she has the crocodile tears when she's called out, and then she changes her story. But that's the thing, we don't know exactly what's going on. But again, you can't play victim when you're causing harm to somebody. All you have to do is like apologize and then change and make the person seek help. If they don't want to change their ways, kick them out. You don't want to be an enabler of someone with a mental illness. You just don't. Let that person with a mental illness find somebody else with a mental illness. The next thing you know, they'd be running in the road late at night because they're not potty trained, they're not house trained, and then a car will hit them because they're a dog at that point. Their delusion will go so far to where they end up running in the middle of the street as a car is driving. That's just going to be the end result.
unless, Andrew, did you have more? Or?
You shit on me for crying,
No,
and you
I'm
say
done.
it's not okay for me
Yeah,
to fucking
good,
cry.
good. I'll shit on you. You know, I'm not shitting on you for crying, right?
You said,
I'm
are
saying
you
should cry.
really fucking crying right now? And
absolutely
then you said I
cry.
should fucking cry. So what? Make
Good,
up your goddamn
cry.
mind.
Good, cry. Good.
Yeah, I
So
fucking
first
will
time, yeah,
cry.
you need to. What you're doing is horrific. Good, cry about it. Cry more.
Fuck.
You say that I'm the fucking abusive one. You're telling me to fucking go cry.
Let's
Like,
move on from this.
Yeah.
fucking want to be my dom? Why don't you fucking be my dom while you're at it? Tell me what the fucking do.
If she is, if he is dog, then why isn't she becoming yeah, I get it. A female dog, I get it. So she is she's barking. She's trying to defend herself.
Sorry,
Tell me when I should go to the fucking bathroom.
No
You want
effect
him to
on
be
me,
your
my
dom?
bad.
Andrew, she's looking for, she's switching roles. She was the sub. She was the dom. Now she wants to be a sub. Andrew's a married man, just letting you
just
know, so
saying,
he's
he's
probably not
totally-
available. He's not available
I wouldn't want
as
him
his
to be my dom.
representative, as his agent, as his PR person. He's not available to dom you. I'm sorry.
I don't want that, but I'm
He's
just
good. He
saying
would be
he's
good
telling
at
me
it.
what to do.
He's a very good- he
So
would
it
be-
sounds like you want to be
Andrew,
my dad.
You would be a good dom.
Tell me to cry.
You would be a good dom.
happening
Yeah, you know, the thing
Yes,
is,
what's
thing is that
happening?
ultimately,
Let's go back to the questions.
Ultimately, I'm very much a very kind man, and what you're doing is
He's the
horrible.
kind.
What you're doing is just
You
fucking
sound like a
horrible.
very fucking kind man in the.
Of course. It takes a good person to tell people when they're wrong. It takes a good person to do that. The problem is a lot of people surround themselves with people who will sugarcoat things and never actually act on things. Never actually act on things. You have to be blunt with these people. So she is telling her fetish in open and want the society and ask people to accept her. Yeah, basically.
Must just
He's
has to
very-
be.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Because here, the actual victim who's not you, is who you should be crying for, not for you.
Yeah, exactly. She's crying for someone that wasn't even there because she is the victim of it all. She is being harassed. Just like, come on. Women behave that way because they evolved that way. I don't know. I mean, again, I like the home math where it's like it was having a reason as to why they baby talk to everyone, trying to talk down to everyone. Yeah, because they need that nurturing outlet. And most of the time, especially back in the days, women were having kids in their 15s, 16s. That was marriable age. And then it got pushed to like 18 is considered an adult. And then this whole new generation of women talking about my body, my rules, that they ending up being in their late 30s and then sobbing after the fact that they can no longer have kids. Or if they do, it's mentally ill or completely deformed or because it's dangerous. It's risky to have kids in your late 30s, even riskier in your early 40s. And I met a few of those kids. Some of them are great. Some of them are great. I used to meet two. They were twins, and they were both autistic, but they were both genius autistics. But at the same time, they were also a handle, something difficult. They were difficult.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.